So I'm a moron, and I forgot to update the category, title, all that stuff from the stream. So Burning Elmo is entirely appropriate here. I don't know why I chose Burning Elmo, but it works. Also, before I forget, I got a follow before the stream from WH Haley. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So I found myself with a bit of a hole in my schedule. I thought I was going to be continuing to go through Pokemon Red tonight for the Nuzlocke thing I'm doing, but then I got everything done in a night, and I was like, oh, well, I guess I can just try out that thing I'm going to try on Saturday. It's something that I'm going to call Shuffle Saturday, and let me get as lovely as Burning Elmo is. Why don't I hit the music and get us over to the correct screen here? Welcome to Shuffle Wednesday, as it were. I have. This is a website called the Backloggery where you can basically track your game collection, what games you've beaten, what games you haven't played, all that. It also includes this lovely little feature called the Fortune Cookie, where it will pull just a random game out of everything you own, and then it'll give you the option to add it to your, like, now playing for the site, so you can let people know what you're playing. My username for the site is down there, and I think I also have a let's see. I think this works. Is the bot broken? If the bot's broken, that's just going to be perfect. Shit, the bot might be broken. Well, I did warn this was going to be something of a test stream. So don't mind me. Everything's in burning shambles. Why is it not working? Huh. Okay, so my bot has committed die, which is not great. So I'll just have to keep an eye on chat. But basically, my thought is every 30 minutes, I'm going to switch to a different game I own, as chosen completely at random by this Backloggery website. This can be anything from, it's all games that I haven't finished, so I might have started these games, but I didn't beat them. I have not beaten the final boss, seen the end credits, whatever have you. And barring a game that comes up that I 100% know I cannot stream, for example, anything that's like Honey Pop or the several other very questionable borderline hentai games I own on Steam, I'm just gonna go ahead and automatically skip that. But otherwise, I'm going to be stuck with what I have unless I use one of my 2 vetoes to roll again, where I could very well get a worse result. I'm also allowing any of you watching along, if you're watching live, to say on behalf of everyone in chat, no, I veto this. I'm giving 2 of those as a just general power. You see a game that you hate and you don't want to see me play it, veto it. You see a game that you think is too good and you want to see if I can roll something miserable and make me suffer, veto it. It's up to you. But you only get 2. I do want to give full credit where it's due before I begin here. This idea, and he has said that people are fine to like kind of adapt this idea from a streamer, Proton John, who's kind of one of the godfathers of Let's Playing. He does this thing called Fortune Cookie, named after this very feature of this very site that I'm using, where he does something similar, but he lets his chat vote on 5 random games that he pulls. And then he plays whatever. Sorry for a second. Wow, I am. This is super jank. I was like, was I muted the whole time? Oh my god. But yeah, he lets his chat vote on which of the 5 games out of the random list he pulls he's going to play. And he has a much bigger collection than me. He has something like 8,000 games. I have, how many do I have? Let's just pull that up real quick, like live. Yeah, as you can see here, there are about almost 900 games we'll be pulling from. I don't have a stream set up for all of these. So, for example, like PS3, Switch, Nintendo 3DS, There are a couple others I can think of. We won't be using those, because those won't work. I am unable to get those to stream. Maybe someday. But yeah, this is basically going to be an exercise in forcing me to play games that have been just sitting around my collection for who knows how long. So, yeah, without any further ado, let's see what RNG has in store for me. Super Off-Road the Baja for the Super Nintendo. Sure. Now the downside of this is you are going to have to bear with me a little bit as I get the capture set up, because I don't know ahead of time what game I'm streaming. Super Off-Road. Super Off-Road the Baja. Of course, even when these are alphabetized, there's a ton of them. Super Off-Road the Baja. There we go. Oh, but wait, I need to. Okay, I think I have that set up. Super Off-Road. Why are there so many games called Super? Because it was the Super Nintendo, of course. Okay, let me... Yeah, there we're getting a little bit of that. See, I think that... Here we go. Oh man, there we go. Super Off-Road, the Baja. Look at that pixelated glory. So this will be the game I play for the next 30 minutes. So at about 7:15 my time, we'll go back and roll another game. Oh boy, this... Look at this high quality menu. Oh, I should also probably update Super Off-Road the Baja. There we go. Got that updated on stream. I should probably look at what the setup is. Difficulty, oh, okay. Local streamer has difficulty even interacting. There we go. Beginner. Definitely want beginner. I like this orange. And of course, I have to have the proper initials set up. For V, I, M. Okay, why don't I start? I assume the lower numbers are less grueling, so Mexico 250. Leg 1, San Felipe. Oh god, that face! Keep all wheels on the road to go fast. Avoid hitting things which will damage your truck. Sure. Sounds reasonable. Now, I don't even know the controls for this game, so... Oh god! Oh, this feels real floaty. Okay, so I have gas. I do have nitro. Okay, nitro is Y. Oh, I lost $3,000 for killing a man. That's unfortunate. Alright, so here we are. I've never been much of a... Whatever. You can't stop me from committing murder. We really weren't ready for that face. There I go murdering again. Is that a bag of money? Give me the money. Damn it. Oh, I could have run over some civilians there. Oh, there was... Man, things pop in really fast, and I feel like I do not have time to react to them here. Also, since this is randomized, I have no idea what the sound balancing is like. Am I, like, way too quiet? Is the game drowning me out? Or vice versa? I am so much in debt from grief payments to these people who didn't know better than to get out of my way. So why don't I run over him a couple more times, get my money's worth. Game seems about right? Cool. Thank you. This game is Super Off-Road the Baja. If you missed my little spiel at the beginning, I am literally switching to a different game, randomly selected out of my entire collection, every 30 minutes, so long as it's a game I have not beaten. So, we're going to be in for an absolute just roulette wheel of quality here. Oh, I think I did kill that deer. There I go murdering again. Okay, this is now a speed run. Our goal is to kill as many people as humanly possible. I want to be in negative money by the end of this game. This is just, this is all it is, huh? Racing games have never quite been my bag, but hey, money! Oh, damn it, I missed a deer. Oh, there's a man we can murder. Get over here, friend! Thank you for your contribution. Excellent. I swear it's like speeding me up when I kill someone. Is that the balancing act? You have to balance murder with, actually having money? It's so satisfying, too. Just an, ah! Oh, I think it actually slows me down when I murder people. But, you know, it's really all worth it. For the satisfaction of ending another life. Freeing him from this desolate mortal coil. Oh, let's run over to a couple. I lose $10,000 for murdering a happy couple. Apparently, according to Super Off-Road the Baja, people who drive four-wheelers are worth less than people who walk. I am giving the people what they want. They need, you know, this is like, I'm on like a racing reality show, and they needed like a villain for the season. I'm like, I got you. I got you. I'll kill all the people. And they're like, you're just gonna go for our actors that we placed on the road, right? And I'm like, yeah, totally, why, totally. And then they have like the helicopter cameras following all the racers, and they just see me like going out of my way to kill people. They're like, oh my god. All right, let's hope they didn't have any family, and let's just roll with this. We'll air it on like some network that nobody cares about at 2 a.m. Or, you know, they just, because this was back in the day, they couldn't exactly, you know, like, peddle it on the dark web or anything. They just make it pay-per-view, you know? The pits. MTV? Yeah, probably. Oh, okay, we somehow managed to be in fourth. Got 35K, which is almost certainly not enough to cover all the death bills. Oh god, there's that face again. Leg 2. Kalamu. Buy shocks to protect your truck from damage, then buy nitros and an engine for speed. Oh, I actually do have money, so it couldn't put me down into negatives. So I got to kill people with absolutely no consequences to me. Delicious. We're never gonna need brakes. I don't care about hitting things, so lights are immaterial. We just need to go fast and have shocks. That's it. Did you really just say Ariba? Woof. Oh, that was a nitro tank. Oh, that was a happy couple I could have killed. Oh. The speed run. It's not going well. We have to get back on track. That's a good start. A nitro. Going fast lets us kill fast. These are the strats. Also, I know it made a big deal about, like, don't damage your truck, but so far I'm not really seeing much effect from, like, running into literally everyone on the road. I ran over the same man twice. Beautiful. Oh, is that an alpaca? Let's kill it. Oh, okay. That one's not that conducive to actually going fast, so, maybe I can skip those, you know. We're losing frames by going that way. Whereas those, it's just a brief little bump, and we get, you know, the little bonuses. And so long as I spend all my money at every pit stop, as far as I can tell, there's no consequence to just being a murderer. Let's get that nitro. Ooh, 2 nitro, nice. Can we get an Ariba? Oh, I was hoping that would be an Ariba. I am not seeing many targets for my crimes. That guy was too much out of the way. Shit. Ah! Get over here. Thank you. This blue truck needs to be the target of my wrath. I don't think I can actually hurt any of the other racers, but if I could, like, man, I need to put a hit out on this guy. Because he is relentless. Also, despite my incredibly poor performance, I mean, I am playing on easy. Closest thing to games journalist difficulty. I mean, this is, you know, we're racing in Mexico. Laws don't exist in Mexico, right? Or at least so this game would have us believe. Ah, there it is. There's an Ariba. I should turn that into a follow alert or something. Ariba! I love it. I will burn all my nitro to keep murdering, but also come in the lead because they need the villain to be effective, to be threatening. There's the red truck. He's the crowd favorite. He's like the good old boy who's just in this to have some fun and show him how good he can drive because he learned from his pappy. Whereas I'm the aggressive, arrogant city boy who's like, I bought this very fancy truck. Also, damn it, yellow overtook me as well. No, green! Damn you! Okay, well, at least we got a murder out of that. Small comfort. And an Ariba. Truly, what would I do without those Aribas? Money. Oh, I missed a murder. I missed 2 murders. This is just poor performance. I've been outed as a fake gamer. Ah! Did it! Okay, I think I still managed to place 3rd. Nice. Okay. Still got a decent amount of money, too. Oh! Okay. Well, at least I got a babe. Even though, like, I don't seem that into it. Like, I'm kind of leaning away like, yeah, alright. I guess. Wow, this this is a high score screen. This is a high score screen. All right, well, clearly next up has got to be Ensenada, I guess. Start slow until you get the hang of it. Then you can use your nitros to go faster. I know this is like, if you saw that face in an alleyway, I would just accept my own death. Maybe I'll just, like, beat this entire game. Oh, Mario Kart boost. Yeah, you know, they knew the racing wasn't fantastic, so they had to bring in fan service to sell their rally racing game. I think that's what this style of racing is called, where you're like going cross country. I feel like I used to hear a lot more about it like back in the aughts, but nothing anymore. Then again, I really kind of fell off hearing anything or knowing anything about racing after, well, some more redneck members of the family like started to not be around as much anymore. There's not really much of a story behind that. If I'm making it sound like there is. Just, I don't know. They're off doing their own thing. That and, like, I think I kind of realized as I got older, like, racing kind of didn't hold much appeal to me. I don't know, it just always seems wasteful. Anyway, let's murder a man. Ah, always improves my mood. A little homicide. Pick up the drugs, pick up the money. I'm wondering if this is a port of, like, an arcade game, because this seems very arcadey to me. Particularly the perspective. Is the money for the drugs? I mean, it can be. It can be. I mean, technically the drugs are just nitro. And I mean, nitro is a drug, just not a drug. I think? I don't know. I don't actually understand drugs. Yeah, these are the strats. You murder as many people as possible. I saw in my last run it had absolutely no consequences. Like, you just have to pay out some money to the grieving family, and you go along your merry way. That one I ran over him multiple times. Delicious. Their screams. No. Drugs are bad, okay? Hey, Zed. So I assume that, well, either you switched accounts or it's also Fox watching along. Welcome! Oh, damn it! Oh, the couple standing alongside the road are worth negative 10k. They're the real high priority targets. People aren't allowed to be happy while watching racing. They must be sad and alone. It's Fox, okay. It's the whole thing with, like, I don't know if the two of you have the shared Facebook account thing. But back when I was using Facebook, I knew a few people who did that with their significant other, like, shared a Facebook account, and I'm always like, which one of you am I talking to? Which one of you posted that? Understandable. I mean, that's kind of what this whole stream is about, keeping me on my toes. You know, it started out with, like, this whole custom bot that I'd gone to great trouble to set up, like, commands specifically for this stream format, just not working. So, you know, that was great. Also, holy shit, I came in second, and due to my death payouts, I made less money than everyone coming in behind me. Try to have at least 40 nitros for each leg. Okay. Well, we run into a lot of people, so we're going to want some shocks, we're going to want some engine, and I'll burn the rest on nitros, like the man said. He's frightening. I don't want him to appear in the middle of the night and kill me. Fair enough. I could see that being a hassle. Oh boy, here we have the Ariba. Technically, Leafy, it's another 15, because I wasted some time doing, like, setup. I didn't just go straight into this game. But actually, I can cut it short with 5 more minutes, because I feel like I've kind of... Screw it. This is mostly for test purposes. I will break my own rules. And yeah, in 5 minutes, we can swap to another one. Give everyone a chance to hit veto on whatever I roll. He is everywhere. He is in everyone. Just when you think you've escaped. I actually don't know the Smiling Man creepypasta. What are the details on that one? Also, nice. Ran over a man twice. 2 mutilations for the price of 1. Also, yikes, like, I know, 16-bit Mode 7, but... I don't know, it was a different time. Haven't been retro gaming. Is it some kind of, like, Slender Man type thing? Where it just kind of, like, appears in the distance and stalks you? Because the Smiling Man just kind of makes me think of, like, the whole Ben Drowned, Legend of Zelda creepypasta videos from back in the day. Ah, okay. Oh, wow, I ran over a guy in midair. I'm so talented. Oh, that guy got to live. Unfortunate. He dances? Oh, that's great. I love that. What do they specify what kind of dance he does? Is it like a slow waltz? Does he do a little tap dance? We doing a little Lord of the Dance here? Lord of the Nightmare dance? Like, to me, that would make it read a little bit silly, almost. But, oh, okay. Hmm. Though, I mean, I guess often it's the anticipation of, oh, a slow waltz, okay. I could see that working for horror. Uh, just the anticipation of the thing going to be so much worse than whatever he's actually going to do. Also, I love it when the curves, like, make the game just basically go off screen, so I have to turn in blind. It's a really great feature. What a well-designed game. Let's get some air! Get some Arebas! Also, I think that's damaging my truck when I do that, so maybe I should stay away from that, because I kind of take damage from murdering people. Speaking of which... Goddamn red truck is getting on my nerves. Oh god. Like, seriously, the road was off-screen. I get that it's off-road, but like, taking the theme a little far, don't you think, game devs? Okay, we are almost there, and first place for the leg. Oh. Okay, that's an interesting twist to it. Oh, this is... I'm not writing down that password. No thanks. I am not sure. I think it's just like... The implication is it's like public roads that we're racing on, so those are just like randos that happen to be on the same road as us or something? I don't know. Let's boost shocks and engine to the absolute maximum. Tires, so maybe I can actually aim where I'm going. We don't need brakes, and screw lights, so... Well, maybe lights will come in handy since this is a longer race. Okay, let's roll. We are at maximum engine, and the color of my truck has changed again. I don't know why this keeps happening. Like, am I having a stroke, or was the truck pink last time? Oh! Also, it's been 5 minutes. Wow, the pause screen is just, it keeps running with the engine noise. That's phenomenal, really. Okay, so that's 5 minutes, and I'm a man of my word, so let's head back to the rando. Whoop, that is the wrong music. Where's the music? Okay, there we go. So, how this works, that was Super Off-Road the Baja. You can see that roll was actually a thing. I didn't pick that high-quality game out of nowhere. And I will roll in just a moment. Everything out of the ones that I can stream. I have to... Why is it not displaying? Okay, there we go. I have 2 opportunities for the whole stream to veto games I don't want to play. You all watching have 2 chances to veto anything you don't want to see. So let's see what RNG gives us. Bomberman Max, Blue Champion for the Game Boy. I have no strong feelings about this. Sure. So let me know. Let's go, Bomberman. So yeah, I'll give maybe about a minute or so while I get up and refill my water. Speak now if you wish to veto, or forever hold your peace until the next 30-minute switch. I'll be right back. Okay, I return and no, Zed, I did not make this cookie thing. This is a website called the Backloggery, where you can enter in your game collection, and this is a feature of the site. It will pull from every game you own, given a given number of parameters. For example, I've excluded the game systems I can't stream and games I've already finished, and it will just pull a random game for you. So I had to do the data entry, but I didn't code this from scratch. Yeah. And I see no objections, so Bomberman Max, Blue Champion, sure. Let's find out what that is. Bomberman Max. Oh, there's also a Bomberman Max Red Challenger, I guess? Oh no, am I gonna walk into a Pokemon clone? That would just be something else, for sure. Okay, this should... Why is this not working? Okay, backup plan. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Fixing things live on stream. High quality entertainment here. Okay, and Bomberman Max. Which one was it? Blue Champion? Red Challenger? One of those. I don't know. Okay, so at 40 after my time, we will swap. But for now, Bomberman. There are 5 stars at the farthest edge. On Future Star, a mechanized civilization protects its neighbors. Yeah. This defense center is controlled by a central computer. An alien shadow... Sorry, fixing stream live on stream. Don't worry about it. An alien shadow infiltrates the computer. Instantly, the CPO mutates into a nefarious mastermind. I am Brain. I exist to conquer the universe. Go, my servants. Apparently his servants are lasers, which is pretty cool. 4 bright beams radiate out to the other stars. Every life form freezes on Zaris Star. Oh, all the forests and mountains are transformed into cold metallic objects. Right before your eyes, you see the universe in crisis. Save the cherubooms that inhabit each star. Both Bomberman and Max hear the distress call. Bomberman, Max, we're counting on both of you. Yo, Bomberman. Let's see who can rescue the Chara bombs first. I thought they were the Chara booms. Whatever. Bomberman quickly dives into his bomber craft. Is that a thing? I don't know Bomberman. I feel like that might not be a thing in most of the games somehow. Bomberman Max. What? Oh, oops, I think I might have... Ha ha ha! It wasn't capturing the audio. Awkward. Anyway, normal game. Let's start. Rescue the imprisoned Chara bombs. Okay. Seems simple enough. Okay, A to bomb. Bomb gets me more bomb. I like it. Oh, I have a time limit. Okay. So over there is the dude I need to save. Roller skates, cool, love it. I think Bomberman was Capcom? I could be wrong on that. Ah! It was like, oh shit! Oh! Huh. Okay, I get different stats based on my party member? Interesting. Exit? Oh, probably. Oh, fuck. Right, Bomberman, you can blow yourself up if you're not careful. Man, that classic. Defeat all of Boris. Okay. Oh, okay, and you can see a little thing over my head. How many are left? Oh, you moved. How dare you? Come on, come on, come on. Oh, you son of a bitch. I think I need to vary up my tactics a little. Oops. Okay, so taking cover before you blow things up. Turns out it's a good idea. Valuable life advice from this video game. I'm kind of digging this theme. It's simple, but it does some work. Let me just avoid that guy. Oh wait, no! Oh, I don't think the explosion even went on the bridge. I'm down to my last life. Oh, and all the enemies respawned. That's cool. This is fine. Oops. Oh, that's game over. Well, I never said I was going to be any good at these games I'd never played before. 1% area cleared. Washed out bomber rating. Signed Bomberman. Let's continue. I'm dying because I'm bad. Okay, so I need to do a murder on these animals. Oh, I don't have all my crazy power-ups from before. Oh, this is going to be a pain. But I can start to get them all back by blowing up some meat. That's how pyrotechnics work, right? Blow up some meat. Ooh, a sword. Alright. Now then, how can I get you? Maybe like this? Yeah, gotcha. Oh, just missed him. Lay a bomb, Bomberman. Bomberman? Oh, fuck. Okay. It's fine, it's fine. Nobody panic. Everything is under control. I need to get the timing down of, like, the cooldown on my bombs. That's really what's throwing me right now, I think. Oh. The bridge is immune to bombs, I guess. Today I learned. So I can just stand here and be safe? Yes. Okay. Handy. I kind of like the level theme. It's like, not quite jazzy, but close to it as you're gonna get on, like, Game Boy music. The B button still doesn't do anything and it bothers me. Oh hey, I got one when he was off screen. Nice. Oh. Damn you, sir. Sword. Luckily, these beasts have not unlocked the secret of stairs, so I am therefore safe. Kind of. Oh shit! I believe I've made a horrible mistake. Come on, get caught. Okay, clearly that's not gonna work. I am seeing a few tactical errors on my part. Just minor oversights, really. Small setbacks. Get two? Hell yeah. That was... Oh, I thought I was supposed to kill them all? Yeah. Why did it spawn in and... It reset the level? Okay, then. Great! How much longer do I have on this game? Oh fuck. It's only been 10 minutes. Well, I'll just blow my way through the meat. Phrasing. And then I can be on my merry way. Stop trying to murder me, balloon. Right, so this guy, if I can just die to him, you know, that's the strategy. Just run in and die. And reset the level. Again. I told myself I wasn't going to drink during this stream. I may have lied to myself. I may have lied. Okay, I caught an edge of it. Oh! Oh, it can place multiple bombs at once. That is handy. Okay, I didn't know that. How many can I... 4? 3? Cool, okay. That changes everything. Oh, fuck. Who's ready for another game over? Oh, God. Local streamer, very bad at game. A shocking... Yep, washed out bomber rating. Well, let us press on. Oh, right, and my bombs all reset, so they're kind of terrible now. Oh, and that freed him, so now he can get all up in my business. Great! Perfect! Why don't I go a little more down south here? Balloon Man is easier to deal with. He moves around a little less. I don't know what fire does, but since I'm all about bombs, fire probably good. Yes, fire appears to be very good. I think it boosts the blast radius? Yeah, that seems to be the case. So fire good, but also fire dangerous. Fire good, but also fire dangerous, reports local caveman. Haha, I've set a dastardly trap for myself. Okay, he's got himself pinned... Nope. He is no longer penned in. Okay, perfect. That one worked out very nicely. A shield? Oh, time up. Okay. Also handy. Can I lay a bomb, please? No? Maybe I can't do it over the blue things. Also, the lights are flickering a lot, so if I suddenly disappear, I blame the power. We're not in a tornado watch here, but there's a lot of wind, and there has been all day, so... With Denver's just absolutely stellar power grid, it could absolutely get knocked out by a little wind. I've got you now! Alright, bridge is immune, as established. I think this time I'll try going around the back. See if that gives any benefits or happy returns. I think I did play Bomberman 64 once upon a time, but that was... Ah! There's a dude. There's a dead dude. Ideal. Okay, I need you to go down here, and then I trap you in. Heh. Alright, I'm getting it. I'm understanding. Sort of. Very slowly. Have a delicious treat. Now then, where are the last... Okay. Nope, that one... Jesus, those shoot a long ways. Perfect. Okay. There's only one left to go. Never miss the opportunity for a quality Star Wolf quote. Okay, there we go. Actually did the course this time. Wait. Wait, what? But this is the same level. I don't understand. Okay. It did say 1 minute remaining. Do I have to do it in a minute? Yeah, I guess so. Just do it better. I need to stop sucking, I guess. Speedrun tactics engaged, I guess? But like, if a minute is my goal, that doesn't seem doable. Because I feel like I've been going pretty quick, and a minute is almost up. Maybe there's a... Yeah, to clear 1-03, you must, 1 minute remaining, defeat all of Boris. You're trapped now, fucker! Beautiful. Yeah! Got another one. Do I have to defeat them with exactly 1 minute left on the clock, maybe? That seems counterintuitive, but like... Actually, yeah, because 1 minute remaining, defeat all of Boris. Yeah, so maybe I just gotta, like, vibe until then. So hey, everybody. How's your evening? Mine is, well... I knew I was probably gonna get some weird games, but I wasn't expecting, Like, is Bomberman just like this? I'm realizing that I do not know Bomberman very well. Let's have a chat, you and me, Bomberman. Why must you bomb? Because I think I played Bomberman 64, and, like, it was all 3D and stuff, but it seemed more like kind of get to the end rather than this very objective-based gameplay. Oh yeah, he's absolutely on a watch list. Look at him. Look at his little arms and legs pump. He's used to running from the man. Under assumed names. Hideouts. Ooh, I don't know what that does. Okay, there's almost a minute remaining. I think the last Bomberman game I heard about was Bomberman Act Zero, which was... Now there is an exit, but I still feel like I need to do a murder? Huh, okay. Can this get me to stage 4, please? I am losing my mind! What? I don't know what the game wants from me. Okay, this time I'll just try and go, like, really fast, I guess. As fast as I can, because I keep having to retreat to make sure I don't get blown up. And I die in one hit, so I can't exactly be uber aggressive. Happened to clip that guy, though. That's handy. Well, the Game Boy was a different time, I suppose. Not everything could be your Pokemons. Some games they were like, do the old NES thing where everything is obscure on purpose and no one will have any idea what they're doing. Simultaneous bomb drifting. You are a problem. And now you're no longer a problem. Just gotta wait on you to, yep, you've got nowhere to run. Alright, bomb my way to next guy. Wait, I made a mistake here. I think. Oh, fuck me. Crap. Okay. I mean, I guess at least it's sort of interesting that the levels are, like, semi-randomly generated with, like, the meat sections, but also makes it a little difficult to plan if what I'm supposed to do is indeed do some... I didn't see the guy. I didn't see the guy. Washed out bomber! Why don't I save? And let's see if there's, like, some kind of options menu where I could... Ah! Bomberman sad. What's a pitch area? Pitch receive? Oh! Oh, okay. That's the Link game. Okay. Load data and battle? Oh. Okay. Oh, what is this? Let's get wild, I guess. Great moves. First attack. Oh, okay. That's also a multiplayer. Dang. I was starting to get intrigued. There was, like, strategy and junk. What is merge? Is it more of the same? Oh, you can, like, merge your little bomb monsters. That's neat. I guess I have to start over at the beginning. Or something. Oh, no. Well, here I go murdering again. Crap. Hello, sir. May I please have some power-ups? Please, sir. Oh, wait. The thing is already rescued. Can I just... Well, that was 100% my fault. Can I just scoot on out of here, like, immediately? That'd be pretty pog. Why don't I see if I can just completely ignore the actual stage, because I've already recruited the Pokemon. Yeah! Guess I can just immediately move along. Oh god, no. We're back in bomb purgatory. Ugh. I'm going to see this stage in, like, my dreams at night and wake up in a cold sweat being like, the number 7, what does it mean? I just walked into that. That was more dangerous than I should have gone. The number's Mason. Welcome, Hingard. How's your evening? I'm playing a game that seems to resist my attempts to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do with it. So I'm slowly losing my mind and all my lives. However, I'm only on this game for another 5 minutes. Well, alright, could be worse. Could certainly be worse. Yeah, this... The more I do these streams, I feel like I'm just going to have, like, a sticky note on my desktop of, like, if these come up, veto them. And this one will probably be decently high on this list, because I can't figure out how to get past the second fucking stage. Which is not a great feeling. I'd like my games journalist badge now. Where do I pick that up? Do I have to swear allegiance to EA or something? I guess, if such is to be my fate. Oh, it could be worse. I have a good friend who, actually started working... He's not in any kind of, like, senior position. He's just a game tester, but he started working for Activision Blizzard like a day before all the news about their whole situation started coming out, and I was like, oh. And then, of course, I had to ask him about, like, so, how was your first day with all this horrible shit coming out? Did Bobby Kotick did he take you into the Cosby room? You know what? Reggie's alright. I'd be okay with that. He seems like a good dude. I read an interview. Oh god, it's chasing me. I read an interview with him after he'd stopped being the president of. I walked into that. Of Nintendo of America, and he had a lot of like really great things to say about like kind of making sure he was always a good, representative, and like kind of his perspective working for a Japanese company, like not in their home country, and being a black man while doing that, and how that was kind of a weird mishmash, and he seemed to have a really good sense of humor. That, and of course, he was the originator of the "my body is ready" meme, so you gotta give the man points for that. Still don't understand why I can't lay bombs where there are blue leaves. Is that against Bomberman's religion? After all, he's a bomber, so he's probably religiously motivated. Oh god, don't kill me! That was so lucky! I should absolutely have been punished for that. Yeah, that meme was, I used to... Oh god, I'm going to die. Whew. That meme was one of my favorites for a long time. Because it was just such a weird thing for him to say. I don't think I even ever saw the original clip of him saying "my body is ready" until many, many years after the fact. And long after it had ceased being a, like, relevant meme, but... I don't know, some memes, they stop being in the collective internet unconscious, but they still stick with you. They still speak to you. And I mean, they come back. Like, people still post variations of Doge memes. They've kind of evolved, but it's still basically Doge. What was the other one that I saw that came back? Damn, it was... I'm forgetting now, but there was some really old one that was, like, relevant again because of some news thing, or... Damn it, I can't think of it now. Oh, there's a red exit. This is probably the one we actually needed, huh? Rather than the blue? No! It takes us back to the first stage! Why? Why? I don't understand. Anyway, that's, it's like a minute off from being a half hour, but I'm calling that good enough. Let's go to the Shuffle Saturday screen, Shuffle Wednesday screen, before I completely lose my mind here. And hit the music. So, how I'm doing this is a website where I have my entire games collection entered, and they have a feature called the Fortune Cookie, where it will pull from all the games you own with certain parameters. I've excluded things that I can't stream, like the 3DS, DS, etc. And I've restricted it to games I have not beaten. A lot of these are games I also have not played. I will roll a random game, and if I hate it, I have two chances to say, hell no, we're rolling something else, and any one of you watching along can also say, like, I don't want to see that for whatever reason, and you can do that up to 2 times for the whole stream. I'm not sure how much longer I'll be streaming, probably another 2 or 3 games, including this next one, so let us see what fate has in store. Double Dragon 5, The Shadow Falls for the SNES. I don't know that I'm really... Well... I do not have Prison Simulator, unfortunately. That's not a game I have. Let me check again to see if the bot is working. because... God damn it. Okay, that was supposed to link my backlog read that has my whole collection on it, but I do not have Prison Simulator, long story short. I also don't have Goat Simulator. I don't have a lot of, like, kind of meme games, I guess. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna regret this, but I'm going to use my first veto here and say no to Double Dragon. Alright, let's see how badly I regret this. Roll the games. Kingdom Come Deliverance. Wow. On the complete opposite side of the spectrum. Interesting. Okay. Sure. Sure, okay. I'm good with this. I'll give a minute, see if anyone wants to veto this. This is kind of a, like, I would say the simplest way to mention it is, like, realistic Skyrim. Yeah, Hingard, I think I'm just gonna load up my current save and probably just, like, fuck around for 30 minutes because I don't want to go through the initial, like, peasant boy part of it. I haven't touched it in, like, a year, so I'm gonna have no idea what I'm doing, but it's like a realistic Skyrim. It's an open world game, but it's, like, kind of historically accurate. There ain't no magic around, and if you're untrained in combat, you're just going to die. I am, in fact, very bad at the combat, and I probably will die several times. Yeah, 1403 Check Simulator. There you go. I tend to play it as just the thieving scoundrel I tend to be in these open world games, so probably lots of sneaking around stabbing people, occasionally doing things that are actually productive. It's Henry! Henry's come to visit us! Alright, final chances to veto. Going once. Going twice. I'm going very slowly because I know there can be delay. Alright, Kingdom Come Deliverance up next. Kill the music, and... Oh, I'm actually not 100% sure I have this installed. That's going to be embarrassing if I don't. Okay, I do. I do. Okay, let's get over to the... Yeah, if the intro plays, I'll probably just let it... Okay, is this going to capture? There we go. Okay, cool. Okay, so at quarter after, we shall... Sure.
Charles IV, King of Bohemia and Holy Roman Emperor, had a long and successful reign. The empire he ruled from Prague expanded, and his subjects lived in peace and prosperity. When the emperor died, the whole empire mourned. More than 7,000 people were
Quiet? Okay, thank you. Oh, that also, I guess, freezes the game. That's cool. Okay, is that a little better?
The throne of the flourishing empire was Charles's son.
I can also see if I can turn it up once I get into the game properly.
Him for this moment all his life. But Wenceslas did not take after his father. He neglected affairs of state for more frivolous pursuits.
Frivolous pursuits.
He even failed to turn up for his own coronation as emperor, which did little to endear him to the Pope. Wenceslas the Idle did not impress the imperial nobility either. His difficulties mounted
Tad more?
until the
Okay. 1 sec.
nobles,
Okay.
exasperated by the inaction of their
Bit
ruler,
better?
turned
Bit
for
better?
help to his half-brother, King Sigismund of Hungary.
King Sigismund.
Sigismund decided on a radical solution. He kidnapped the king
Cool. Thank
to
you.
force
Appreciate
him
it.
to abdicate, then took advantage of the ensuing disorder to gain greater power for himself. He invaded Bohemia with a massive army and began pillaging the territories of the king's allies. It is here that my story begins.
All right. Yeah, it has been over a... Wait. Oh, no, this one. This one has 21 hours in it. Yeah, it's been a year and a half since I've touched this game. So I'm just gonna have to get into it, probably reacquaint myself and see what quests I can be doing. Okay, okay, I think this is... Yeah, okay, I've got... Shield... Oh, I don't have my thief gear on me. Keeping my dagger on me. Wait, sidekicks? Oh, okay, my thief gear is on my horse. Okay, got it. At your service, milady. Items. Deserted. Go thieving for her. Okay, sure, I can... Yeah, I'll go for this. The thickest thieves. I'll do some thieving. Now then, where's my horse? That's not my horse. Roach! Ah, there's my horse, awkwardly teleporting in. Fully expected me to hit my head there. Alrighty. Let us go forth and thieve. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I think this is the horse that the story gave me. Because I've done a little bit of the main story on this. Up to the point where it's starting to be like, okay, you're good at the combat now, right? And I'm like, no, very much no. Also, I gave it some kind of gear so it has crazy amounts of stamina. So we can just gallop forever. But which of these is closer? Oh, they're in completely different directions. I see. Okay. Sure. We are going for A. Ironically, going to Horse Thief. Yeah, lockpicking, I had to do a whole lot of stuff to make it possible on PC as well. I had to, like, turn down the sensitivity of my mouse or some crazy thing. but I got pretty good at it. I'm probably going to be bad at it if I have to do it again now, but this is just stealing a horse, so it's just a matter of mounting up and riding off into the sunset, I assume. I hope. Now then, we don't need roads, Pebbles. Onwards! Yeah, that's fair. And I mean, I've got a fair amount of plate armor too. I actually got really lucky. I came across I think I went back to the starting town after it just gets completely ransacked, and there were a bunch of dudes in really good plate armor, just killing each other over nothing. So I just hid back and stealthed, and then after they killed each other, I ran in and took some of their gear. And it was worth crazy amounts of money. To the point where... Where can I see how much money I have? Is that... Okay, I only have 107, which doesn't seem like a ton, but I think is actually pretty decent. Or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what shrines do. Oh, pretend... Yeah. That sounds a little bit rough. That'd probably be fine for my Henry, because I've got some stealth abilities, but... Okay, am I getting... Oh, I believe this is a town I haven't been to before. Neat. Yeah. The grocer, sure. Let's get something to eat before I rob this town blind. All the while pretending to be a noble knight. Yeah, that absolutely sounds like a thing this game would do. Hello, trader.
God save. How may I help you, good knight?
Ah, yes, a good knight, that is me. Certainly not a man who has stolen another man's armaments and livelihood. No. Now I don't remember how... Because there's like a thing where you can see how much the food fills you up. I don't remember which of these it is. A weight condition. Health? Health, is that the one? So booze. Booze is the most effective one. Interesting. Okay, let me get some pears. And let me... Not those. Yeah, my nourishment is a touch low, so... Yeah, eat a couple of these. And now to the stables. Just act like I belong here. I'm a knight. I'm here for your scheduled horse inspection. Need to make sure you're up to code. And I should probably hide the one I'm not doing so I don't get confused. Because I have a very bad sense of direction. Carefully look around. My, oh my, is no one around? There's that guy, but he ain't gonna be able to stop me. Do-do-do. Don't mind me, I own this horse. Oh my god, this is... Oh shit. The terrain! Exactly. I'm extracting a horse tax. On behalf of Lord, whoever I'm happening to work for at the moment. Also, I'm like just riding out of town completely unchallenged. Amazing. Also, I think this horse is a lot better than mine. So maybe I should just be stealing horses all the time. That might be a good move. The one thing I do remember very clearly about this game is that archery was absolutely impossible. True, true. I look like a perfectly legitimate knight of the realm, and that's exactly what I want them believing. Until, like, the actual knight comes through and is like, hey, where's that white warhorse you were supposed to be saving for me? And he's like, pardon, my lord? But one of your brothers-in-arms claimed that horse 2 days ago. It's like, what? You stupid goddamn peasant. Also, yeah, this horse is just not running out of stamina.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, where is this miller I'm actually supposed to be delivering it to? Okay, a ways off.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, we're going past where I started the day, the end of the crossroads. I've kind of made that my base of operations, I think. Yeah, that was the impression I got, because being in melee seems really goddamn dangerous. In just every respect. I had to try for a very, very, very long time to pass the combat tutorial. I feel like I was starting to get it, but then I put the game down and didn't pick it back up for a year and a half. I know Hugh really loves this game. It is occurring to me that I failed to update the stream category again. One moment. Alright, there we go.
Yeah.
I know Hugh really loves this game, but I just kind of ran into the problem that I eventually do with most open world games, where there was kind of too much to do, and I got to a point where I felt like I was at a good level of power, and I got bored of being a pointless dick to people by stealing their stuff and murdering random people. So it's like, I've extracted all the fun I need. This is not a road. There is kind of an everything tag. Ideally, I'd like to just be updating the actual games I'm playing. So, hit all them different metrics. Also, at a glance, anybody who's like, oh, Vim's streaming, what's he playing right now, can actually see an accurate thing rather than just a generic tag. This seems like a bad idea. Yeah, let's maybe not walk the stolen horse that I'm going to get paid for off a cliff. Also, shoutouts to this horse for just being so chill and just not caring that I'm taking us down this incredibly precarious path that is definitely not meant for a horse. I don't think this will kill either of us. I think we're going to be fine here, horse. What an absolute trooper. It's a shame I'm selling this horse.
Yeah.
Hello, Sir Miller. I have one stolen horse for you. I have the horse.
I have that horse for you.
You're a gem, Henry. Just exactly what I was after. Now, you take your reward, and I'll take a ride.
Oh, I leveled up from that. Oh, training in stealth.
I'd like
Perfect.
you to teach me how to be better at stealth.
Certainly.
Uh,
I'd like
beginner?
to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost you.
That's kind of expensive.
Maybe another time.
Also, I don't remember what main level I am or anything like that. I'm main level 9. Okay. Let's see. I think I just kind of level up perks here. Yes, something like that. Local streamer forgets how to level up. It's useful with every second level you reach, you can select one perk. Okay. So at the next main level, I get an actual perk. Alright. Teleporting horse. Thank you. Why don't I grab my thief gear? Put that stuff on. Where's the visibility 35? I feel like it's... I should be able to get it lower than that. Oh, yeah. Probably need to take off this helmet, huh? Noise 11. That has no effect one way or the other. Oh yeah, definitely not that. Some spurs. Okay, but now I am slightly overweight. Damn it. There we go. It was taking that off. Okay. Yeah, now we're down to noise 4. Quick wash, and yeah, now let's get some training in stealth, I think.
My respects to you.
Now that I look appropriately scummy and like a horse thief.
I'd like you to teach me how to be better at stealth.
Certainly.
Let's get
I'm
slightly
interested
advanced.
in more advanced techniques.
All right, but it'll cost you.
Can
Isn't
I
that
haggle?
quite a lot?
I think generally I can, like... Let's try this.
Agreed. Now listen up.
Oh. Oh, okay, it's just straight up improvement to stealth. Okay, works for me. Now let's see if my main man has some more thievery for me.
I'm at a loose end. Is there anything you need?
Since you put it like that, I'll think up a task for you. Now, let's see. I know. I've been wondering for a while what I could get for my wife to cheer her up. I haven't been too kind to her lately, so I'd like to make amends. Maybe some jewelry?
You want me to get jewelry?
Yes, indeed, but no ordinary sort. Make it worth it. I want something fine, something that belongs to a noble woman.
Oh, boy.
Wojciech, there's only one noble woman around here. Lady Stephanie of Talmberg.
And that's precisely whose chest you're going to pinch the jewelry from,
If
if you get my meaning.
you catch his single entendre.
Well, you're asking a lot, but I'll do it.
You'll have to sneak into her chambers when she's out and pick the lock on the chest. If you're not up to doing that properly, then you'd best not bother. If you do bring me the jewelry, I'll give you a right royal reward.
All right.
Good luck to you.
This is definitely not going to go badly. You know, me not remembering how the game works at all. Let's head to Talmberg. Oh, really? Interesting. Also, I'm not sure that Henry's fast traveling on his horse, so this might be a bit of a mistake. You've come across a pilgrim on the road who's clearly keen on talking to passers-by. It doesn't look dangerous, but God knows what he's after. Sure. Yeah, I'm definitely not riding my horse. Damn it. Alright, good day to you, good sir.
What is it?
It's just that you seem to me like a man who doesn't frighten easily. And I could use a man like that. Let me put it this way. I know how to come by some serious wealth.
You
Treasure.
don't say.
And I'm willing to share this information with you for a trifling sum.
Why don't you get it for yourself? Seems too good to be true, my friend. Too good to
I
be
don't get
true.
it. Why don't you just get the treasure for yourself?
That's easy to say, only it's sure to be buried in some remote place. And the whole countryside is crawling with bandits and all sorts of vermin. I'd rather sell it to you for a few groschen than risk my neck.
Sounds a little fishy to me. How'd you know about it?
Now that was an interesting twist of fate. I won it from a fellow at dice. He ran out of coin and bet this crumpled parchment. I'd have sent him to hell, of course, if I'd been sober. But I says to myself, why not? And I won it.
Yeah, I don't know. Sounds a little too good to be true.
I've no time for such tall tales.
Tall tales. Pah, go to hell then, doubting Thomas.
Alright. Let's stop wasting time and get on the damn horse.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is there a bounty on me in this town? There's not a bounty on me in this town. Okay. That would have been extremely awkward. Let's see. Energy and nourishment are still doing alright, so... Oh! Oh yeah, this was... Yeah, I think I've been here in the story. Okay. This begins to look vague. Yeah, this is where you have to, like, escape from right away. Oh, that's right, I can't just save anywhere, so that used up one of my rare save alcohols. Whoops, forgot about that. Probably shouldn't ride a horse into the middle of the castle. Might be seen as bad taste. Okay, there, that's the sneak. I've remembered the crouch button. The rest should be fairly simple. This isn't the place where Nope, there's a dude there. I'm intruding there. Okay. Alternate entrance, perhaps? What was that? Okay. Oh! Person was right there. But is this a private area? This is not a private area. Okay. Oh. Oh, and there's the very lady I'm supposed to be stealing from. Well, that wouldn't be a great look. So why don't I just, like, take a seat? And... oh, yeah. Do I have any books in the inventory I can read? I do not. Okay. So let me just skip 1 hour then. I'm not up to anything suspicious. You're still there. Damn it. Okay, let's try that again. Also, wow, I've only got a couple of minutes left. So in that case, let's do something stupid. After all, I did just save. Hello, lady I'm about to steal from.
What's on your mind?
I heard you wanted to talk to me, my lady.
It's true. I need something from you.
How can I
This
help?
dick?
My cousin, young Sophie, is going to be wed.
Oh, this is a totally
It will
different
be an
side quest,
entry
isn't it?
into a new life, and I want everything to be perfect for her. I'm looking for a few things to give her as a gift, and you're going to find them for me.
My lady, why me?
Normally I'd let the Chamberlain take care of it, but he doesn't have any taste. I can't trust him with this. And I've been told no task is too challenging for you. Is that not true?
Well, it's certainly true. You know, I'm at the height of fashion with my frayed-through helmet and, like, scuzzy-looking gear. But, and, you know, I've been known to acquire things from time to time. Perhaps I might be in town for that very purpose. Who can say? It will be my honor.
It will be my honor, my lady.
I need you to pick up an ornamental crown from Sasau for Sophie, wine from a merchant in Ratai, and a roan from the stable in Ujits.
Who am I supposed to pick up the wine from?
From Conrad Hagen in Ratai. He's the only
Nice.
person in the whole region who can supply a genuinely good wine. And believe me, I know what I'm talking about. Here you go. That should be enough.
Oh, damn. Okay. Can she just keep giving me money?
I had the engravers in Sasau make it, but now they've written to say it will take a while longer. That just won't do. The wedding is almost upon us, and I need it. Go and see Master Jeronim Slesky and pick it up.
An old husband. And the
You
roan?
said, a roan from Ujits.
Obviously, I'll need some
Precisely.
coin for that.
It's a beautiful animal. Wait till you see it. Dietrich said he'd ride it here himself, but I can already imagine how he'll end up killing himself on that horse. But you, so young and vigorous.
Oh, yeah. We are in. I can do all that.
Wine, a roan, and a crown. I can handle that.
Thank you, Henry. I just wish there were others here I could trust so well.
Yes, I'm entirely trustworthy. In no way am I here to... Oh, a very hard lockpick. I was actually going to see if I could just knock her out, but I guess she's too plot important. Well, it's a bit anticlimactic, but that is 30 minutes, so... That was a tiny taste of Kingdom Come Deliverance. It's a little... Man, that time flew by. Neat game, but just one that hasn't ended up grabbing me super well. Now then, let's move on to the next random game. So I'm down to 1 veto on whatever I roll. Why is that not displaying? Thank you. So I'm gonna have this website roll 1 game out of everything I own, and we'll see what it is. If you don't want to see it, you can just let me know, and I can use one of the 2 vetoes for chat. If I don't like it, I can use my very last chance to skip a game I absolutely do not want to play and be stuck on for the next 30 minutes. Let's see what we got. Top Gear Pocket 2. That sounds like another racing game. So I'm going to go ahead and say no. I'm going to use a veto on that. So on to the next. What is the next one we have? It is Populous for the Super Nintendo. I know absolutely nothing about this game. I'm going to get up and get some water. If you don't want to see this, let me know in the chat. I can roll another one. The best game in the world. Clearly. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm not seeing any objections, so we will move on to Populous for the Super Nintendo. Might be the last game I play tonight. I'm not sure. I'll see how I'm feeling after whatever awaits us in Populous. So this will be just a minute as I set up the capture and everything here. Bear with me, probably should have left the music running. These are things I learned because I've never done this exact format of stream before. So it's a learning experience. You're experiencing the scuff live as I figure out what the fuck I'm doing. Populous. Will be so populous. Oh, this is the wrong... Yep. Okay. Needs to be this. Yes, there we go. Oh, and it will be... Okay, 8:50 my time. I will either call it for the night or try for one more game. You didn't see that mouse cursor. I'm not supposed to be capturing my cursor. Populous. Oh man, 89, 90, 91. Oh no, it's made by EA. Do we have a cool... The tutorial seems like a good pick, right? Also, I need to be updating the stream category. Populous. There we go. Let's see what kind of game this is. Alright, tutorial? You want to start, tutorializing? Oh! Oh, wow. Okay. Can I select a dude? What? Options for good. Can... Sure, let's turn on all those things. Mountains? I don't know what that does. Oh, wait. I'm altering some terrain here. We will build impassable mountains, and our enemies will be unable to attack us. I think I just killed that blue guy. Oh wait, there's an arrow. What do you want me to look at, game? What's up here? Oh, that arrow was nothing. Alright. I did see they were red guys. I'm gonna go ahead and assume these are not my troops. Soundwave? Oh, okay. Hitting Y brought me to that. This is definitely one of those games where they expected you to have the instruction manual. And I, don't. L or R do anything? Why brings me back to the shield? It could be on the website. Maybe I can make more land for my people? I can! Okay, that's a thing. I'm doing something. Things are being accomplished. This shall be a land of mountains. But can I alter the terrain near the red guys? Doesn't look like I can. Okay, so I've determined almost positively that I am the blue guys. Oh yeah, I think I played From Dust a couple of times. It was like you were leading like a tribe in kind of an apocalyptic world, something like that. I think it was on PS3. I might be thinking of something different. Yeah, I know my trying to select the guy, but I just end up making mountains. Can I take away my ability to make mountains? Yeah, I seem to remember being able to grab the little guys in that one and just, like, fling them into the lava or something. I mean, of course, you were supposed to protect them from the lava, but, you know, have a few huts get burned. No big deal. Okay, so I guess I must watch over these young people and... I mean, it's the objectively correct choice to be a cruel god. Also, I'd like to go on record that this is what came up when I pressed tutorial. And I'm sure my understanding of that has been thoroughly tainted by modern handheld and hold gaming, but they're not giving me much. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna treat this like spectator. Like maybe it'll like zoom in once we actually start fighting the other people or something. And good, evil, calm versus calm, human versus. Oh, was it set to computer versus computer? I think it might have been. Oh, no, they're still doing things automatically. Hopefully nobody who actually, like, knows this game... Oh! Oh, the red dude won. That's a shame. How do I make that not happen? We're figuring it out together, except we're figuring absolutely nothing out here. Oh! Red dudes. Damn it, the red dudes keep winning. How do I make that stop? Select X. Wait. X brought me to a new menu. Automod didn't like that, but I'll allow it. Because, yeah, very accurate, Hingert. Can I... Okay. I can see where Priest Man is. Ugh. Select? Okay, that's the... Now that just makes more goddamn mountains. And I saw when I was typing this into the Twitch categories that this game did get sequels, so like, I'm sure you're perfectly able to understand it. Like, I just don't know how to control it. Also, making my entire territory mountains appears to have backfired. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit, because they have abandoned all these beautiful, tall mountains I made in favor of, you know, actually flat, reasonable ground. No. Kill the red unbelievers. Damn it. Because they both look like the same kind of, like, troop, but the red ones just keep winning. This priest or whatever seems different than the rest. I am attempting to purge the land of communism, but it turns out I'm really bad at it. Maybe, oh, the blue guy actually won. That guy must be a boss since he has a skull? Oh yeah, he only had to punch the blue guy once, and he won. Okay, so he's our priority target. But how do we kill him? Maybe I can make all their land they're taking worthless by turning it all into mountains. Because they seem to hate that. Most people have skulls. I mean, yeah, but that guy's got like an external skull. That's a little different from a normal skull. Just a little bit different. What if I hit the swords thing? And then I push B on the... I can't mountainize their dwellings anymore. It seems like they're starting to push into my territory, but... The game is attempting to teach me things, but it turns out I'm a terrible student. And this is making me kind of consider, because, like I said, this is the first time I'm kind of trying out this format. I might expand the number of vetoes and let a veto be used, like, mid-game, because I do not know what I'm supposed to be doing here. In fact, I think I'm just gonna reset the game, and... You didn't see that mouse. Exactly. But they're not giving me a robot. So I don't understand. Also, I like how the Twitch automod didn't like you posting robot. Like, that was one of the words it said was bad, of all things. Let's try conquest. The world to conquer. Shallow, bottomless, hurtful, you, him. Sure, start game. Just leave everything on the basic settings. Okay, so here we are once again. Also, there's a very aggressive purring cat on my lap, so I'm getting further distracted from trying to figure out the game. Revia is like, this game doesn't make any sense, just give up. No, that's not what I agreed to. But yeah, as I was saying, I may need to allow for mid-game cuts away, because, like, Bomberman I could at least, like, play the game a little bit. Here we're not really getting anywhere. And, like, this looks like it has promise. Like, if it's some kind of RTS on the actual, an RTS for the SNES, that's super ambitious. I want to play that. That sounds rad. Like, that they were able to pull that off, but I'm not comprehending the controls. And the trouble with this is I'm going in totally blind. That's kind of the energy I'm going for here, but... For now, my people can probably take care of themselves. Let's go see what the red ones are up to. What are the dirty commies up to? You can see they've set up a successful commune. They've planted crops, so unlike some communist regimes, they won't be letting their people starve to death. Good for them. But this is unforgivable. We must... Okay. I thought Revia was about to swipe at my microphone or something. They've also got a lot more land than I do, so that... Okay, what the hell is this? That seems significant, right? Boy. 2 games tonight that I have not really comprehended. It's a good thing I did decide to do this stream sober. Because was trying to do otherwise, that could have led to some problems. Uh-oh, I over-mountained. Need to be more judicious in my... Can I unmountain? How do I anti-mountain? Can I get over to this? No, that doesn't do anything, question mark? Well, damn, I kind of accepted that I was going to be bad at any racing games, platforming games, so on and so forth that came up, because those are not really my cup of tea, but this is kind of in my wheelhouse a little bit. I'm disappointed in myself. Also, I have another 13 minutes on this game before, under my own self-imposed rules, I can switch off. Alas. So, Populous. With the ominous, just thrumming music, just making you just a little bit uneasy the whole time. It's a bold choice. Going for, like, I would expect this out of a horror game. You know, just the throbbing, telltale heart in the background, with the occasional 16-bit chanting. Haunting. All my little blue dudes are like, do you hear the throbbing of the mother heart? Do you hear it beating? Do you hear the very land? Oh wait, it looks like the red... Please don't. Looks like the red dudes are making some progress. What? They have walls? That's bullshit. How do I get walls? I want walls. Why aren't my people building walls? Yeah, it does seem like Valheim, and I'm totally good with random thoughts. I mean, clearly I'm not accomplishing a whole lot in the realm of gameplay here. It does seem like Valheim's kind of lost a lot of its appeal. One of those games that seemed to like peak early, ironically, when it was still in early access. I did happen to play it randomly like a few weeks ago on a friend's server, and I was like, yeah, this is okay. But I don't know, something about those survival crafting games, just, they have a really tough time hooking me. The only ones that really have managed to do it for me are Minecraft and 7 Days to Die. And 7 Days to Die was a long time ago, and I kind of am no longer interested in that game because they've taken something like 10 years and they're still in early access, which at that point you're not... No. Oh, they haven't? Well, it did seem like they had a lot of things to kind of fix and work out, so I guess I can't be terribly surprised. It's probably fair, not getting back to it till it's done. Minecraft sounds funny. How so? Minecraft. 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 Oh. I mean, quality of life is still important. But, yeah, not really playing to the game's strengths, because it had that very strong... Damn it. I'm trying to make some flat ground here, but it's proving tricky. Oh, jeez. Is there a tornado watch there? Are you two alright, Zed? Oh, here we go. Flat ground. Flat ground. Yes. Flat ground. Because it's just been super windy here. But no chance of tornadoes. A siren to say that all is well, that there's no longer a warning. Wow, that is a classy and not at all confusing move on their part. Well, I'm glad all is well at least. But yeah, whatever city official decided that should get fired or voted out of office. And that sounds nice to have a server like that, Ingrid. I have one with a few friends, including Tail that we were playing on for a while. But then with the new patch, I guess it got reset, and that's kind of killed my enthusiasm because I'd managed to build some cool things, and I was like, man, I kind of don't want to go back to 0. That's ironic. Still, I'm not sure I'd know either, because I feel like back in the day I would always hear, oh, that's a wall, that's a wall. Okay, we're getting somewhere, we're getting somewhere. Yeah, till it got reset, exactly. I feel the same. I had that cool, like, lava minecart trap. It would have been so fun. I don't think I ever actually got someone to accidentally kill themselves. That's really all I wanted out of Minecraft. It may be a box of dirt, but it's your box of dirt, and no one can take it from you. Until a creeper's like, allow me to introduce myself. Zed, this is a game called Populous for the Super Nintendo, which appears to be some kind of RTS that I really don't understand. So far, I've learned how to make flat ground that my people appear to be farming. And I haven't figured out how to do literally anything else, so I'm trying to play to my strengths. It can be kind of fun to be like a big fish in a small internet pond. I was in a similar situation, not on a Minecraft server, but in a very small corner of the internet. I had some small amount of fame and sway. Kind of squandered it. Not that I, like, got too big of a head or anything like that, but I don't know. There were, like, lots of people that I could have gotten to know better and, like, made some friends in that very small space, but I was just kind of obsessed in those days back with, it was a kind of art and writing based community. And I was very obsessed with this idea of just, like, being able to make objectively good writing and, like, you know, have it be up to some high standard that could be some kind of ideal. And so I just got very judgmental for kind of really no reason in the big picture. Like, just getting hung up on really minor details. People who wanted to do interesting things with the language, or, you know, kind of play around with conventions a little bit. I was like, no, that's not how the rules work. You shouldn't be writing like that. It's like, looking back, I was like, man, why was I such a dick? Trouble is, I had people agree with me. I probably encouraged some people that, like, the work they were putting out was no good, which I really regret that. It's been years now, and I've lost track of those people, but I wish I could, if not apologize, say, like, hey, I kind of made myself out to be, like, an authority on this, but I'm just a dude. A dude offering his opinion. Do whatever you're gonna do. And if you do something weird, people will probably be into that. Also, I'm slowly building farmland over to, yeah, let me take a look at... Let me pause the game, I think. Yeah. Let's look at what the commies are doing. They have also built out their land. And their bar in the upper right is bigger. And they have lots of walls. I get the impression I'm not doing well. But I've got like some 1 square wide walls and like some beginnings of towers, which is something. Oh man, mumble. Yeah, I think back in the days I was talking about, Skype was the preferred thing. Just have a... Okay, Revia like got up and one of my monitors went completely black. So I was silently freaking out for a second there. I don't know what the hell you did, kitty. Did you static shock like the desk or something? Which that's really concerning if that's what happened. But yeah, thank God for Discord. Makes it so much easier to keep an easy touch with small groups of people. Because doing that through Skype or, God forbid, IRC was just a mess and a half. Oh, we've almost made contact with the commie bastards. Oh, okay. Combat. Oh, damn it. Why did they win? Well, shit. Okay. Oh! Here we go. Here we go. We have a fort. We have a fort. We're gaming. A blunt the size of a sausage. What an absolute legend. Okay, we have a fort. They have like 8, but... Oh, our priest is going in? Alright. Our man of God has put the fear of it into the commies. Excellent. Crap. It's not... Okay. And our people are starting to win. I do not understand why, but I'm making some progress here. I definitely don't feel like I've figured the game out. I know the meme, but I've never played the game, if I'm completely honest. But I am, generally speaking, aware of the power of the Wololo. Hey, alright, we're making some progress. Our people are starting to win. We're beating back the red tide. All led by our warrior man of the cloth. Look at how absolutely unstoppable he is. He's just taking them out one by one. What a legend. Wololoing all over them. Oh, damn it. We lost one. Priest, get in there. Back him up. Alright, well, clearly I completely understand this game now. I understand how to play. But that has been a half an hour, so we shall bid farewell to Populous. Let me just enjoy this sick heartbeat for a little while longer. Excellent. Okay. Now then, let's figure out another random game. If you're just coming in, this is the thing I've set up against all reason, where there's this site, and it can pick a random game from my entire collection, anything that I am able to stream, tech-wise, that I have not finished. And I started the night with Zed vetoes whatever her first roll is very well. And I get 2 chances to veto whatever's rolled, and you guys get 2 chances to veto whatever's rolled. I've used all mine, so we will roll twice because Zed has vetoed. Cubics, Robots for Everyone, Race and Robots. Zed says no, absolutely not. Can't have that. Unacceptable. So I didn't prepare enough. Hold on. Okay, note for the future, I need to set this part up beforehand to have enough extra rolls for the extra rolls that I plan on being able to be people able to. Yeah. So now that Zed has so cruelly vetoed the will of RNG, let's see what the next one up is. Tetris and Dr. Mario for the Super Nintendo. Yeah, I acquired a bunch of games through entirely legitimate means, and also some very cursed ROMs, ROM hacks, and bootlegs. And Tail vetoes that one. Understandable. No Tetris and Dr. Mario, that's fine. I hate them games anyway. Well, hate is a strong word, but they've never exactly been my bag. Okay, that means nobody has any vetoes remaining, so whatever I roll once I finish getting the system side set up will be what I play and probably be the final game for the night. Mighty Fortune Cookie, what do you have for me? What? I own this? What? Okay, Tomb Raider for the Game Boy Color. Sure. Sure. That's a game I apparently own. Alright. Is everyone ready to see some amazing, like, Game Boy Color Lara Croft cleavage? Oh, this doesn't look half bad. Okay, let me get to the thing and capture the thing. Yes. Polygonal titties. That is supposed to be showing the game. Why is it not showing the game? Huh. Okay, let me go to a backup capture. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay. The joy of streaming old shit like this sometimes. Like, sometimes just the methods that are supposed to work every time just don't work at all. So, okay. This is presumably a language select, so we will go with English. Oh, and I need to update Tomb Raider. Oh god, why are there so many games that are just called Tomb Raider on Twitch? Sure. This one. This is probably not the correct Tomb Raider, but whatever. Oh baby! There she is! There's our girl! Looking fine! Also, that seems a little loud in my ears. How is the sound for you guys? Do I need to lower the game at all? Or am I too loud? I can't, it's hard for me to tell because I can't sound test all these games. I will assume everything is fine. Pyramid Titty. It's fine, thank you. Appreciate that. So let us begin a new game. Moscow, The damn dirty commies are at it once again. Oh god, look at this bitmap. Pushkin Library of Antiques, Moscow. That's... Ah, Laura, my good friend, so good to see you again. I'm glad you could make it. Okay, I can at least tell that it's Laura Croft. I see the braid. It's good to see you too, Professor. Now let's get down to business. Teddy. The reason why I've called you here is regarding the ancient artifact. The artifact is described here in these manuscripts. Take a look. Oh, I'm actually not... That might have been the professor, actually. It's unclear. That was definitely the professor. Oops. It looks like some kind of crystal? Indeed, this crystal stone holds within it a most evil presence, a spirit, if you will. I mean, at least he's got the drip. Spirit? What do you mean? We're just gonna slowly zoom in on this thing until it's actually visible. Over 1,000 years ago in Central America reigned an evil king, Quaxit. He ruled over the Inca, Aztec, and Mayan peoples for a time. Quaxit sacrificed thousands of his own people as offerings to an evil god who demanded blood to feed its spirit. Professor, you used the wrong form of its. How could you tell? I can tell. For over 40 years, his reign of terror continued until the high priest of each of the tribes joined together to defeat him. They killed Quaxit and condemned his spirit to the crystal stone. The stone was sealed inside an obelisk. The obelisk was then buried within the walls of a vast temple. Where is this temple? This man with glasses knows where it is. It has just been discovered in the rainforests of the Amazon. A friend of mine, Iliad, led an expedition to find it. He will meet you at the base site beside the temple. Iliad was going to meet you at the airport, but because he fears that other interested parties will try to get in first, he will meet you at the site instead. Be careful, Laura. I will, Professor, and thanks. This is the Tomb Raider visual novel. It was a very bold departure for the series. This is the whole game, clearly. I have no idea. I assume not. Ooh, that shading. Ooh, that shading. Oh, she got her gun. The glasses. They're broken. Oh no, Ilya! What's happened to you? I don't need careful, I have 16-bit boobs. Exactly. These images are so deep fried, I love it. Hang on, Iliad, I'm coming. Whoa. Lady, this is a... Oh my god. Look at this. Oh no, she has momentum. And now there's no music? That's not an error in the capture, is it? No, I should be capturing any sound. There's no music right now. Oh, there we go. Inventory bullet. How do I shoot bullet? Ah, okay, you press select to bring out your gun. Hard-hitting guns. Okay, so I know how to pull out my guns. Yeah, that's true. The animation's pretty smooth for a Game Boy Color game. I should be giving it credit there, that's true. And there's a little hint of booby bounce. Is that dynamite? That is dynamite. Uh-oh, Hingert. Automod is slapping you for misogyny. Health pack? Small med pack. I did update my title and tags. It looks like it's the wrong Tomb Raider, but I couldn't find one that looked like it was the correct one. So just anyone coming in as a rando who's hoping to see the like modern one will just be incredibly confused. But you know, yeah, close enough. There we go. This is a scuffed stream. That noise she makes is it's something. Honey, please climb up. Thank you. Okay, first major obstacle. Can I clear the pit? Easy. I don't think I ever finished the actual. I actually think the modern Tomb Raider is one of the games that's on my list on Backloggery because I started to. I think my little overlay bar might have. I think the game's breaking. Ah, Scorpion. Hard hitting combat. Okay, I guess the game decided to unbreak. Oh, that climbing animation actually looks really good for the Game Boy Color. Full props. A bat. Yeah, you know, I could be okay with this. Like, I would like it if there was some music, but save game. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, it has auto aim too. And yeah, true, 5 bullets for 1 bug, but I also seem to have infinite bullets, so oh god, is that showing up on the capture? Like, look at that life bar. What is happening? Oh, fall damage is a thing. I should probably be walking out with my guns out. The Sneck never stood a chance. Okay, I feel like I should use a med pack. How do I... Oh, okay, it just used it. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. I didn't have to, like, equip it and then fire the... Oh, boy. The game is trying. Oh, oh, oh. Secret, secret, hidden room. Nice. We got a large med pack. I'm really finding myself missing some music. In fact, so why don't I pull up just put the war music on like very light and on repeat, just so we have something. Fuck. Ah! She ran into the wall. That was great. All right, running start, Lara. We got this. Whoo. Nice. Oh, Worldly Gamer, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. I am I don't think I have the correct Tomb Raider selected, but this is Tomb Raider for the Game Boy Color, a game which I apparently own. I think I've played a Tomb Raider a Tomb Raider game before. I have no idea if this is typical or not. I don't think it is typical. Okay. How do I get her to jump? Damn it. I wish the controls were as fluid as the animations here. Because then there we go. Okay. Yeah, there are actually there are a couple of Game Boy games, which I'm just discovering this. This is what I'm doing is I'm just playing a random game from my collection for a half hour at a time. So this is just going to be a little bit of a taste. So maybe this can be your next challenge run. Deal with these controls, because I promise you, I am trying to jump there. Okay. Get enough. Nope. Okay, I thought I could maybe hang off the edge there. We've mentally died, but I mean, this was like the pinnacle of its time. It's Tomb Raider. You love Tomb Raider. This is exactly what Tomb Raider is all the time, right? I actually don't really remember why I stopped playing the modern Tomb Raider, so to speak. I'm sure that it's probably like Tomb Raider, like one of those where you just refer to it by the year it was made. I don't know. Someone who's actually in the fandom would probably know, but I feel like there were like, fuck. I don't know. There was a charm in those pointy boobs. Like there was some personality there, and I just love I love kind of the backstory of how those came to be, where they literally just like turned the slider all the way up, thought it was hilarious, and kept it in. Oh, don't stop, keep the momentum. Yeah, you're probably right, Zed. Let me give that a try. Good call, good call. We just gotta run straight through. Also, Worldly, since you just... Nope, I cannot keep going. Toblerone up there for a snack. She did deserve that big Toblerone. Jump. Okay, there we go, there we go. Also, hopefully the game will start giving music at some point so I can... This is worse than Bomberman. I don't know. I can at least kind of understand the objectives here. Like, Bomberman, I felt like I was trapped in a very specific circle of hell. Come on, climb. Climb, honey. Please. Oh, damn it. Climb! Laura! Oh my god. Alright. Do I have to get a running start to climb up? Is that gonna be a thing? Nope! Guess not. Okay, my hit scan guns can hit it when it comes that close. That's cool. Let me just take care of that. It's kind of endearing. I kind of love how like there's a weird fluidity to it. This is like, look, automatically pointing guns up and like tracking the enemy. I wouldn't have expected that from a Game Boy Color game. It makes me wonder how long this game actually is, because I feel like it's got to be some kind of like, it's really got to be pushing the hardware for the time. Okay, come on, Laura. Okay, there we go. There we go. We got through it, everyone. That was a noise. Also, she does not look right when viewed from behind. You're not going to appeal to the butt crowd, honey. Okay, drop down. Oh, better get the... I cannot get the guns out. Okay, this is a cinematic moment, everyone. Oh, here are the glitches again. Oh god, that looks so bad. Please don't crash my Retron. Oh. Okay, this looks, let's let the silent majesty of this play out. What is this, a Stargate? Oh! She is trying her best. Oh man, we back into it. Deep fried bitmaps. What could it be? Could it be ancient aliens? Are we the ancient alien? She's pogging. Foolish intruder, you shall pay for your greed. You have awoken the guardians of the temple, and they shall not rest until you are destroyed. And Laura's like, what the fuck? Laura awakens sometime later. The room is now brighter. Laura sees a trail of blood and decides to follow it. Also, actually, it's Lara. Why am I saying Laura? Or wait, is it Lara or Laura Croft? Also, I like how it just has to say that I see a trail of blood, but I don't actually see any trails of blood. Also, we're back to no music, so, let me pull up one of the backup, war music tracks here. Winston? I am unfamiliar. Oh! Hey, we got the snack. Oh god, the sounds are breaking too. The butler! He's like, this is to teach you a lesson. Oh. That... They're... Okay, I wanted a totally vertical jump, though. Game, could you please? God, I love her running into a wall animation. It's so good. Oh, do I have to jump off the... Oh! I love that! Alright, we're starting to get a little low here, so let's med pack. Man, that rolling animation was so smooth. It was buttery. Let's see that again. Oh! Oh, damn it. Thought I could be clever there. Nope, it still hits me as I jump over it. Cool. That would be kind of funny, though, if I could beat the scorpion by just stomping on it. Probably not a great idea in the long run, but... Oh, shit. Oh. Wait, so what was I supposed to do up there? Or is that just an optional area? That's definitely not an optional area. Okay. Noted. Oh well, at least I get to see that. Yeah. Rolling backflip. Love it. Also, I definitely forgot to note down what time I started playing this game. Don't think it was that long ago. Okay, so can I, like... Okay. Can't do that. Nope, that's... Oh boy. Oh, was there a vine? I didn't even notice that. A bad sense of direction and poor situational awareness. This is the winning combo I have. I think this is 91, 92. No, wait, that doesn't seem right either. I don't know. Because yeah, 91 wouldn't have made sense for the system. I will, Did the ceiling have vine? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's why I was like... Okay, it does look like it has vine, but I don't know how I can jump high enough to get at vine. Maybe I have to, like, hold B as I... Oh! Tail, you're a genius! Oh, all that for just a large med pack. Oh shit. And I immediately the game is called crap, what was the game called? The game is just called Tomb Raider for the Game Boy Color. Oh god, there's the glitches again. So I guess that whole area was optional because I didn't see any way to advance. Biggest brains, communicating telepathically. 2000. Okay, that does seem more like it somehow. I was doing that thing where I'm streaming, so my brain power cuts in like half. So I said something stupid like 91. Can I not get back up there? Miss Croft, please. Work with me here. Or do that. I like it when you do that. It's funny. Hmm. Or maybe I can like can I go inside the Stargate? No? Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's an actual one, not a false one. I must have overlooked something. Was there another set of vines? This is probably why I never got into the Tomb Raider games, because I have such a poor sense of direction. I end up just wandering aimlessly a lot of the time in games like that, like this. Because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Alright, vines. Got that little hint of booby sway. Okay, I was trying to see if I could like look down. Maybe there was some other platform I could drop onto. Or maybe this is a false wall? No. I will drop into the Stargate from above. Clearly this is the correct solution. Nope. Hmm. Huh. Well, I seem to be a bit stuck. And it's starting to be a bit late for me. Um, so let me take one more quick look around to see if I can... Maybe I shoot the thing. Nope. Okay. Oh god, 4 a.m. Although, I mean, maybe you're, do you run on that sort of schedule? Night owling it up? I'm across the pond in the US, so it's like only getting to 9:30 here, but I'm old. So I can only stay up for so long. Ah, nice, nice. I worked graveyard shifts for a while. I kind of liked it. There's got to be something I'm overlooking. Right? Let me try something stupid. Use the... Oh! Well, I did say let's try something stupid. But then you'd have to be in Australia. Alright, well, to end this off, I want to see what kind of deep-fried bitmap we get when we game over. So, let's jump to her death. Okay, I thought that would do it. If only I had another dynamite. Sorry, that was a bit anticlimactic. Big bugs, yes. Yeah, that does sound like my vague memories from the reboot. Every time I wanted her to die so I could start over, the enemies just wouldn't see her, and then I would get to another quick time event section, and I would miss a button prompt that was on the screen for 2 seconds, and she would get impaled on like some piece of shrapnel in the river and scream, and I'd be like, okay, great, now I have to do that again. Though I really did enjoy the stealth combat in that, from what I remember. That was many years ago. Because I was just sneaking around with a bow, like arrowing to the knee fools. Okay, we almost have it. We've almost murdered Game Boy Color Lara Croft. And I think I will be. The games I just straight up could not understand aside, I think I kind of enjoyed this sort of chaotic thing. Oh, she just crumpled. Oh, okay. Game over. Alright. Just nothing fancy. Just, you're done. Alright. Let me. Oh! Wait, there's sound now? There was supposed to be music. I knew it. God damn it. I don't know if that's the capture glitching out. Because are you guys hearing that on stream? Is there actually background music now? Oh. Oh, the music doesn't loop. Oh my god, the music doesn't loop. That's amazing. Oh, incredible. What a treasure. A true gem. I think I love this game. This is kind of great. I may have to come back to this on my own time, or certainly if it comes up in another one of these, I will not veto it. I will be back on Friday, over on my friend Hugh Gaming's channel for the Pokemon Nuzlocke I've been doing. We're going to be talking about how it's been going, do a little PvP on Saturday. I'm going to be doing another stream like this where I'm just going to be playing complete chaos with input from you guys. Yeah, thank you for stopping by, Worldly. Appreciate that. Hope you can get some good sleep this morning, afternoon, whenever you get that in for your night always. I appreciate the context for Tomb Raider because I was sorely lacking in it. If you're watching the VOD after the fact, I see you. I appreciate you. For everyone who stopped by and hung out, thank you for spending a little bit of your evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time it may be for you. Let's see if there's anyone I know who is streaming. There is not. However, there is a very chill stream going on. This is a channel called Critter Vision. They're just like folks who live out in nature and they just set up their webcams with night vision. And so you see like all these raccoons and things run around. It's very relaxing. So might be interesting to watch. I will give them a raid. And yeah, my name's Vimbert. I'll see you around on the internets. Have a good rest of your day, everybody.